Chivalry 2 is super fucking fun. I'm having a really good time playing it. I usually just play the Vanguard, so lately I've been experimenting with the Knight. I finally unlocked all the weapons and played the Knight with all of them. I figured I would make a tier list to see which weapons really stand out with the Knight and which ones you should probably use whether or not you're new or more experienced. I also wanted to highlight what weapons you should probably avoid because the utilities that they provide are a little too situational, or they just don't balance out to have an advantage that's anywhere near what some of the other weapons do. Honestly, I'm kind of conflicted on the Knight weapons. I feel like they're not as strong as the other two melee classes. Either way, let's get right into it, mate? So the longsword is basically the soldier 76 of the weapons for the Knight. The damage is 40, 50, and 55. Not that great. The damage multipliers for the Knight and Footman are just 1, so you're not getting any bonus damage. Reach is 55 right in the middle, and I mean, other than the fact that the sword has pretty good recovery, you're kind of trading good damage and good reach for what is essentially a decent stab against Knights, and that's about it. So it's good for picking up, but you're probably going to want to move away from it once you get more comfortable with the game, honestly. So the WARAXE is a weapon that I feel is probably a step up from the longsword. It has 55 slash, 68 overhead, and 38 stab, so it's really only got 2 attacks, but your overhead is doing a lot of damage, and the slash is pretty decent. It has a 1.175 multiplier against footmen and a 1.25 multiplier against knights, which is nice. Doesn't really have any notable bonuses, but it's got a nice overhead, decent slash. It just does a lot of damage. And if you're walking around hitting people in the back who've already taken 1 or 2 hits, you're probably going to kill them. So this is a good weapon. You just need to know when to use it, and you need to have the range down. Other than that, I would probably say it's pretty decent. So the heavy mace is a weapon that honestly is a little situational. It has 48 slash damage, 60 overhead, and 48 stab. 96 for the special, which is good. It has good multipliers. It has good block recovery, so it's a good defensive weapon. I don't really like it though, just because weapons that don't tend to cleave automatically I find to be hard to use, especially in game modes with more people. So good but situational. The poleaxe is fucking dog shit. I am dead serious about that too. The slash is 44, the overhead is 55, and the stab is 55, and the special is 77. So not very good damage. The multipliers are fine, not that great either. It has good block recovery, but I mean, outside of having some distance and the ability to kind of keep people directly off of you, you're not really going to do a lot of damage. It's going to take a lot of hits to kill, and you're going to feel like a little bitch while you're using it, because you are. So the Warhammer is also fucking dog shit. It has a 60 slash, 60 overhead, and 48 stab. The special is 96, which is not bad. The multipliers are better than the poleaxe, but it's really, really fucking short. It's not that quick. You're going to find yourself missing a lot of swings unless you're really, really close. It's just fucking garbage, man. It's frustrating to use. I really feel like they should make it a little longer. Like, just a little longer. It's fucking awful. It's like a sidearm, basically. The shield is not worth the fucking pain. Okay, next is the axe. Another bad weapon. 55 slash, 60 overhead, 38 stab, 82 special, abysmal multipliers, shitty fucking reach. Who cares that it's fast? Everything else is bad. It swings fast, sucks ass. That's it. It's a fucking sidearm. Shields suck in this game, and having a shitty weapon to balance out a shitty shield is just net fucking trash fucking shit. Fuck you. The Falchion, in contrast though, is actually fucking good. Its numbers don't look that great, with 50 slash, 55 overhead, and 40 stab, 80 special. No multipliers, but the speed is really fast, and the reach is just enough to do good. The recovery that you get keeps you in the fight, and you can just keep swinging and just cleave into crowds of people, and anyone with a slow weapon is going to have to be really careful around you when you're doing that. You can really take advantage of people's aggressiveness by outpacing them with the falchion. I highly recommend trying to get good with this weapon. Fuck the shield. You will not regret using this. So the one-handed spear is a really good defensive weapon. I feel like it's a little better than the heavy mace. The damage that it does isn't very strong, but it does have really good reach. It does have really good speed. You have good recovery with the weapon. And you do get a shield. So if you're playing game modes with a lot of people and you're trying to like hold down the front line, you need something that's fast that will keep people back. This will work, but it doesn't have a wide variety in its moveset, so someone who's comfortable against the one-handed spear will find you fairly predictable. But keeping people off guard is going to play in your favor for sure. All in all, it's not a bad weapon, honestly. It's kind of middle of the road. The Messer is the equivalent of emotional terrorism in Chivalry 2. It's very, very strong. One of the best weapons in the game. Probably the best sword that you can use with the knight. It is formidable when you understand how the weapon works. Anyone who wants to be good at this game needs to use this weapon and at least understand it, because if you don't, you will get fucked every single time. You will get fucked. Fuck you. Okay, the battle axe is a really good weapon, honestly. It has 60 slash, 71 overhead, 44 stab, and 110 special. So stab is a little weak. The reach is a little low. It has sub-average multipliers, not too good. It has bonus damage on shields. So honestly, all those things put together, you're kind of sacrificing reach for good speed, good damage, and absolute destruction against shields. So if you stick to overheading shields, you will do a lot of utility there, and you're going to land a lot of hits with the damage and the swing that you have. So it's a pretty solid weapon. I would highly recommend trying it out. Okay, the two-handed hammer. This weapon, I feel like, is a little divisive. It's 48 slash, 60 overhead, 42 stab, and 96 special. It has good footmen and knight multipliers. Middle of the road with speed and reach. It has good recovery negation on hit. So it's good to be aggressive with, but again, it's one of those weapons that doesn't cleave with regular hit. So you have to really invest in timing to get big damage out of this, and I feel like when you have to heavy swing a lot, you're going to get caught off guard by quicker weapons like the falchion or stabs and things like that. You really want to be able to cleave without heavy attacks, especially when you're fighting large groups, and this weapon is one where you cannot do that. Finally, we have the Executioner's Axe. It's basically a far superior two-handed hammer, in my opinion. It's 55 slash, 66 overhead, 35 stab, and 88 special. It has below average multipliers for knight and footman. It has good reach and speed. So with the good damage, good reach, good speed, and the multiplier all put together, you have a weapon that cleaves, and it does good damage to basically everyone. It's definitely worth the unlock. It kind of makes the knight kit a lot more whole once you get to this weapon. Up until then, it feels like there's something that's missing, honestly. Alright, so that's my tier list for the night. That's my opinion on all the weapons. I know the vast majority of my viewers don't make it to the end of the video, so no one cares, but if you did make it, let me know what you think about my tier list and maybe your opinions on the weapons as well. That'd be cool. Bye.